Did I tell you what happened with all my crew necks and sweatshirts?
No, what happened?
So I had them all in a pile in front of my washer dryer.
Yeah.
And I was like drying shit, and my bleach fell off the top of my dryer.
Oh, no way.
Exploded all over them.
Did it give that cool design on it now?
Yeah, but in my head I'm just like, I don't know if it looks.
So they did go.
It fucked up, yeah. So all my crew necks, that's why I've been cycling
Who's over
through.
there? Who are you looking at?
I don't know, I think I saw.
You looked right into the camera. You spiked the camera. Who are you looking at?
Oh, I'm looking at the viewers.
No, dude. What the hell?
I know.
So it stained all your clothes?
Yes.
Good. Finally, some pizzazz on the black sweatshirts.
I don't know. I just feel like it looks weird. It looks like I don't know. I don't like it.
All right.
It made me upset.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
So now I'm forced to wear the same 2 hoodies.
What do you mean? You can just wear the other ones.
I'll have to see.
You just wear them. At this point of life, hoodies are functional, not
true.
style.
They're not for design unless you buy like the bougie ones from like Name Collective, which I never will.
Hoodies are not supposed to be fashion right now. Hoodies and sweatshirts are comfort. They have a job to do now.
You know, I used to be anti-hoodie, anti-sweats.
Yeah, not me, dude. I love hoodies.
I used to never wear them. Mm-hmm. I used to be the kind of person I'd only wear like heels, like not like stilettos, but like I'd never wear sneakers. I was anti-sneaker, anti-sweats. Then COVID happened, and I didn't see the need to be dressed up, so I started getting sweats and sneakers.
Yeah, you turned 25. That's what happens.
No, I was 21.
During COVID?
No, I was 23. Sorry.
I was going to say 20.
No, 23.
Yeah, that's what happens, dude.
And then it ruined me. I got my first pair of Crocs then.
Yeah, you sick. You went straight for Crocs. It's insane. No, dude, that's crazy. It still took me many years to get a pair of Crocs.
I got my first pair of Air Forces in 2023.
The only reason why I have the Crocs I have is because an ex bought like a matching set. And I was like, oh, cool. And I wore them because I'm not going to not wear something somebody gets me. And I was like, oh, these are sick, actually. So I started wearing them.
Damn, and you still wear them?
Not those. Those I threw away because we broke up. So I was like, what's the point? What's the fucking point of having them? I looked down at my feet and get a memory of my ex? Absolutely not, dude.
Period.
Absolutely not. You kidding me?
Period.
I started looking down at my feet and just go, whoa. Absolutely not.
Where'd Labubu go?
Huh?
Labubu. Oh.
What do you mean? Unlike you, I don't need to flaunt my wealth, my generational wealth that I have now.
Where?
What do you mean?
Where's mine?
It's right there.
Hidden.
Yeah. Mine is out because I'm not rich. And I want people to know that I maybe am, but I'm not. So there you go. And that's why my Labubu's out. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. What?
I'm waiting for you to do the intro.
You're waiting for me to do the intro? Well, now I don't want to do the intro. Now I'm going to sit here and not do the intro.
Okay.
Nah, I can't do that. Not to our beautiful, beautiful supporters. I can't do that to you. But I will. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for going. I'm just kidding, dude. Wallahi.
Wallahi. Welcome in, baby.
Another episode of the Ayyrabs podcast. Today, we got lots to talk about. Did he do it or did he not do it? We don't fucking know anymore. The court says he did not, but, whoopsie daisy. Also, July 4th was this past week, which, we're dating ourselves, but who gives a shit, dude? Because July 4th happened, and it was kind of the most boring July 4th ever. And for good fucking reason, too. I mean, why does anybody want to celebrate America?
I'm going to be problematic here.
I want drone shows. No more fireworks.
I agree. Taylor Lorenz posted like a drone show. It looks so cool.
Nice.
But people are like, oh, there's no reason to celebrate America this year. It's like, bitch, America's been like this every fucking year.
Yeah, they're just now getting a lot more of the news. They're being more cognizant of the news, dude. It's so annoying. The thing is, though, usually like July 4th, like somebody's having something. You know what I mean? And I felt like nobody was really doing anything. It was like definitely a couple things going on. But I was like, I think everybody kind of all together is just like, nah, maybe not this year.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Can you believe that? Our last birthday before this country falls apart we don't even celebrate it. It's kind of ridiculous.
250 years is the average life expectancy of empires.
And did you know that life expectancies of empires, they like to go way... Got all cutesy with that. Why'd you get all cutesy?
Did I was...
250 years is the life expectancy.
I'm sorry, I'm just
of
so
an
cute and
empire.
adorable that you think anything I do is cutesy.
Fair.
But I was just talking normally.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough.
No, but yeah, so America's turning 250 years old next year. So
That's right.
I mean, yeah, I went out with my friends who are also my neighbors.
Hell yeah, exciting.
Raff had to work.
I had to work. She's so bitter about it. But
I was so bitter about it.
I'm working. What do you expect me to do? I had a very important stream I had
He was playing Mecca.
I was not playing Mecca. I had to work. The president came over and I had to stream with the president.
Motherfucker played Mecca break.
You're talking to them like they know what that is.
Good. It's a. I didn't even.
You're talking to them like we're a niche.
Can I be honest? I don't even know what Mecca.
Broaden the spectrum. Dog.
I don't even know what Mecca break is.
Just be like, you had to play video games.
You had to play video games.
Yeah, and get money for it. So thank you very much. Sorry that I also do the exact same profession that you do, and that you also throw the work thing out. When I say you don't have to do that, and then you say I have to work.
Here's the thing. The work thing is selective depending on what the thing is.
Exactly. This thing, I had to work.
No, I know. I'm not mad. The reason I was joking. I extended the invite because obviously none of us had plans on the 4th of July, and I knew he had a big stream that day.
I had to work.
He was...
What do you mean none of us had plans? I had to work. None of us had plans, and so I extended the invite. I'm like, what do you mean none of us had plans? I was working. That was my plan.
So if there was a party...
If there's a party, then yeah, I would have gone to do that. Maybe. Honestly, 50%. 50%. More or less, I just wanted to be invited to something. But I feel like nothing was really going on this year, which is also fine.
I got invited to a pool party, but I didn't want to go.
Huh?
So I got invited to a pool party, but I didn't want to go.
What kind? With who?
I didn't know the person that well.
Oh, well then, nah. Good.
So I was like, why the fuck?
Pool parties are like kind of gross too. Like, why do I want people to look at my body?
And that's another thing. I'm like, hello?
I'm gonna be dressed like this, you know?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not going. I don't know anybody on the partyful invite, so.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But no, I went and hung out with my friends that are also my neighbors. We went to like a nice little bar, had dinner, got Taco Bell after.
Exciting.
It was fun. Then I got home and I did absolutely nothing.
Nice, dude. Nice.
He did a great stream.
I worked. So
He
thanks
worked.
a lot. Thanks a lot.
Did you
Thanks
get
for
that?
bragging, dude, because I had to work. So
I'm glad you're a hardworking man.
thank you. You should be glad I'm
A lot of men
hardworking
aren't really hardworking nowadays, but you,
It's true.
a hard worker.
It's true. A lot of dudes, they're not
Set high
hardworking
goals.
anymore. Man. Oh, man. Yeah, the 4th of July was really boring this year.
No, he did a Donald Trump advice stream. It was really fucking good.
Yeah, I didn't do shit. Donald Trump came over my house.
Oh yeah, Donald Trump came over his house. We'll put a picture right here, clip right here.
Sure. If you find it. If you find the clip, you put it up there.
Putting me to fucking work.
If you can find the
I
clip.
understand you're a hardworking man and
If
you want me
you
to be as hardworking as
If
you.
you can find the clip, you can put it up there. There's no clip.
There's no picture?
I didn't take a picture.
Screenshot of a VOD.
There you go.
I'll put it here.
There you go.
He's complicated today.
I am complicated today.
What's your deal?
My deal is that I don't really have a deal. What's my deal? I don't got a deal. What's your deal, dude?
My deal's I gotta work.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta
dude.
work.
I gotta work. Yeah, so 4th of July happened. Also, fireworks are still going on. Don't know why we still have fireworks. I'm assuming they're just cheaper than drones. But after seeing a drone show recently, I just am like, what the fuck? Why are we still blowing shit up in the sky? You know what I mean? It's like we're asking for it. You know what I mean? It's like we want it. It's like for 250 years we've been wanting somebody to throw bombs around us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know if I just don't know why we still do fireworks. It's kind of also like the smell. You get the smell of like sulfur. It's just like gross, dude.
Why are we scaring animals? I don't give a fuck about scaring the people. I'm not gonna lie. Why are we scaring animals still?
Okay. Yeah. True. I mean, to be fair, I feel like if we threw drones in front of animals' faces, they'd be just as scared, if not more.
They're scared of the noises.
Yeah, but drones can make noises too, and most of the time, the noises that we can't hear, animals can still hear. So, I guess the noise thing doesn't really make any sense.
Because they're not like explosions.
The drones, you got to bring the drones back. New Jersey was doing it right, dude. With the drones in New Jersey, they were doing it right. Drone show in New Jersey.
How come Los Angeles doesn't do a drone show?
They do sometimes. I'm pretty sure LA does. We definitely don't like fireworks. I can only assume because we
Wildfires?
wiped out half of our city almost with a wildfire.
I don't care about the 4th of July.
Yeah, I don't care that much either.
I was talking about this. I forgot who I was talking about it with. It was so much funner as a kid, you know, because you had like the day with like your grandparents and your cousins, for me anyways. And then like you'd go over the house at night and do fireworks and chill and barbecue.
Dude. Yeah, the event is cool.
Do you have any traumatic 4th of July stories?
Nope, I had a pretty great childhood.
I have a couple.
All right, let's see it. Your brother tried to shoot bottle rockets at you.
No, he did.
Yeah.
My brother had an idea to have a bottle rocket war with me and my cousin, and he shot my cousin in the lip with a bottle rocket and knocked her tooth out.
Nice.
And then he got one of the ones that like flare.
Yeah.
And he shot it at my back.
Nice.
And I had a 3rd-degree burn.
Very cool. Very cool.
I don't know why he did that. And I remember
psychopath probably.
Yeah, I don't know. But I remember I was wearing like a silk green like tank top dress. I was so excited to wear it.
A silk green tank top dress.
Yeah.
To your grandmother's house.
Yeah, I was a fashionista as a kid.
Okay.
And I was so excited to wear it, and then the fucking firework melted it onto my back.
Ah, that's gross, dude. That's horrifying. That's my nightmare.
But yeah, no. Other than that, like, it was chill.
Yeah, chill. Fireworks are. I mean, they're not chill. Fireworks are not chill. Stop doing the fireworks. Also, like, if fireworks are going on, I'm gonna watch them.
If I have kids, the only fireworks I'm gonna let them do are the poop ones. You know, the ones that you yeah, it's like a dog one. You light it up, and then it pretends to shit. You've never seen those before?
No, I'm gonna take your word for it, but I've never seen that before.
It looks or like the worm. Do you remember the worm ones?
No.
Shit.
Which ones are those?
I'm gonna show you.
Y'all had some weird ones. Y'all had weird ones. Most of the fireworks that we did when I was a kid was just the packets. The packet.
We did those too. I used to love smoke bombs.
Huh?
I used to love smoke bombs.
Why?
I just like the colors.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Are you showing this to me? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it looks like this.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
And when you light it up,
yeah, I've never seen that.
It goes like this.
Oh, that's gross.
Isn't it weird?
I hate that, actually. It looks like you just took a giant shit.
Exactly.
I don't like that, dude.
It's safe. I remember we were only allowed to do sparklers, and what my grandma would do, she'd get us all cigars, and she'd light it up, and then she'd like, you have to keep puffing on it, and you use that to light your fireworks.
What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Your grandma just gave all the kids cigars to smoke? What kind of fucking family did you... That's crazy. That's insane. And I bet you if your grandma was like, my father did this when I was a child.
I should ask her.
Tradition.
I'm going to ask her tomorrow.
Yeah, ask her tomorrow because that's insane. Giving all the children cigars to fucking... crazy.
Before we get into the main topic, whenever my grandma texts me, I swear to God, she created like her own custom emoji and it confuses the fuck out of me.
Which one is it?
She made a heart with a smiley face on it.
Ew.
No, it's so cute.
Somebody teach her how to use stickers or something?
It's not a sticker. It's like, you see it?
Ew. It has a little face. What is it? Why don't you just ask her where she got that from? Or maybe it's one of the new updates? What?
I'm just showing you the emojis.
Yeah, I see them. They're crazy. Why? I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, right here, dude.
Yeah, what is that? Where'd she get that from?
I don't know.
Dude, have been learning how to do things on phones that I don't even know how exist.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, where are you learning this
like,
information? Are you watching like a late night show or something, and they're telling you this? Like, what's going on?
like you're 72 years old and you're making your own fucking emojis on the iPhone.
I mean, like, granted, she has the time.
She really doesn't though.
She kind of does. What does she? Does she still work?
She raises my cousins 2 under 2.
2 under 2?
Yeah, one's like 1 years old, one's 2.
Oh.
She watches them all day.
Okay, well, she still has time to make an emote.
I don't know how the fuck she did it though.
Why don't you just ask her? How'd you get that?
I'm gonna ask her tomorrow too.
Maybe one of the kids made it.
True.
True. Very true. Things have been going on in the world today. The Diddy case finally came to a halt since if you guys remember, Diddy, of course you remember, it's like one of the biggest things that's going on in the world today. Diddy was charged, not charged, he hasn't been charged with anything. Well, he's been charged with something. Diddy was accused of?
So this all started.
What's the word?
He's guilty?
No, guilty's not it.
Partial verdict.
No.
Accused?
Before accused. Sure. Diddy was accused of prostitution, sex trafficking, and a myriad of other charges, and was sent to court. The FBI did investigations into Diddy as well. Frogan has a timeline that we're gonna go through together. But the case came to a halt. The court hearing is over with, and he's been charged with stuff that doesn't make any real sense. So.
Right. So I didn't really know much about the Diddy case, to be honest.
Okay.
It's like, to be transparent, I didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bad person, Hollywood, nothing's going to come of it, which was correct.
True.
Basically, whenever I was doing my research, so in November of 2023, his ex Cassie filed a lawsuit against him, basically stating that he was abusive and abused her and trafficked her for over a decade. And then it talks about forcing her to use drugs, manipulation, and control. And then weeks after she filed her lawsuit, more people came out against Diddy with other lawsuits, accusing him of the same exact things. So this was in like November, December of 2023. In March of 2024, that's when the FBI got involved and they raided his houses in Los Angeles and Miami.
Right.
And they were looking for things that alluded to sex trafficking, unlawful recordings, and organized crime. My brain died.
Oh, yeah, I saw it, dude. Shut down real time there.
My brain died. I was like that episode of SpongeBob where like Patrick's brain unplugged and it was like smoking and shit. That was me right now.
Nice.
It's crazy because you were near the Diddy house before.
I wasn't at the Diddy house.
Crazy. But whenever the FBI raided his houses in March of 2024, he wasn't there. He was at the airport, and people were like, is this motherfucker fleeing?
Yeah, dude.
Did he get tipped off?
He definitely got tipped off.
So...
a guy like that, you don't think he has a connection to the FBI?
Do you think he's like Epstein level?
What do you mean?
Of like sex
Sean
trafficker?
P. Diddy Combs? Oh, sex trafficker? Well, I would not like to assume so, but if he is sex trafficking, and if he is, then yeah, definitely. Higher level because he hasn't been caught for so long. Epstein got caught.
That's so wild. Wait, were him and Epstein in the same prison? Obviously not at the same time because that motherfucker killed himself years ago. Why does this all happen in New York?
What do you mean?
Like all the courts and shit.
All the courts?
Mm-hmm.
That's wherever their primary residence. I don't know. I really don't know.
Anyways, so this year
I'm not a lawyer, dude. I have no idea.
If you were a lawyer,
yeah,
would you be my lawyer?
Nah. No.
Why?
Conflict of interest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, May and June of this year, that's when the trial began. So the federal prosecutors charged him with 5 counts of RICO, a racketeering conspiracy. I didn't know what the fuck that was, so I'm going to tell you guys what it is. It's organized crime. I was like, racketeering? That sounds like a fake-ass word.
Mm-hmm. Like mafia stuff.
Yeah, so basically it's a group or network with an ongoing structure Doesn't need to be the mafia, but it can be a business, crew, or even friends acting together.
Right.
Then he had 2 counts of sex trafficking and 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. So basically the charges alleged he led a criminal enterprise with employees, associates, partners to traffic and abuse people. So this is where, whenever I was looking this up today, I was like, you know what? The verdicts make sense. The jury was obviously 12 people, 8 men, 4 women.
Yeah, kind of unbalanced there.
Shouldn't it have been 6-6?
Why?
6 men, 6 women?
The lawyers picked their jury. You know that, yeah?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like fucking jury duty.
You know when you go to jury duty, when you go and you're sitting in the room, and they ask you like, do you this, do you that? Give us a little bit of your background or whatever. You've never been to jury duty, have you? Go to jury duty. You sit inside the courtroom, and the judge like explains the case for the most part, or something like that. And then they go through, and you say your name, you say you understand the stuff, whatever. And then you kind of go. They kind of ask you some questions, and then they release you or they keep you. And if they keep you, you're on the jury for that case.
The entire case?
Yeah, you're the jury.
That would piss me off so bad.
You're the jury.
I would literally do everything in my power to not be picked.
And some people like it because you get paid.
Oh, I thought it's a community service.
You do it, but you're missing out on work and jobs, so they have to give you something. And that's if you're selected.
I hope I'm never selected.
That's like a vacation almost.
Oh. I wouldn't want to be a fucking high profile case like this.
You wouldn't want to be a high profile, or you wouldn't want to be in one?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be in the jury duty.
Oh, why not, dude?
Bro, that motherfucker will have you killed.
Nah.
After we talk about the case, I'm going to talk about intimidation tactics he did to reporters.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so excited.
Crazy.
But yeah, so 8 men, 8 women, 8
men, 4 women.
Side, yeah. On one side will say yes, one side will say no, and then, they pick the jury for the most part.
Fuck, dude. So it lasted 7 weeks. There were 20 plus witnesses, including Cassie and other women that accused him of abuse, assistants, male escorts, hotel staffs, assistants, shitload of people, basically everyone that worked for him. So the allegations in the trial were freak-offs, drugging and filming without consent.
Freak-offs are like everybody has having sex with each other, yeah.
And threats and retaliation.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, there was evidence introduced in the trial. So they had video evidence, text messages, voice memos, booking records. And apparently the defense was really like enthusiastic the entire 7 weeks from the reporter I was watching. She said that like they're very like poised, but basically Diddy chose not to testify at all during the 7 weeks.
Yeah,
He just sat there, yeah. No witnesses were called by the defense. And
defense called nobody? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, so they accused the witnesses of financial motives and revenge against Diddy, which is why they were accusing him of that. And the main thing was like, for the defense was like, these were normal adult relationships that were consensual.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what? So the court case is over with. They finished.
So we got a verdict. So it was 13 hours of deliberation for the jury. He was guilty for transportation for prostitution on 2 charges. Not guilty for the 2 charges of sex trafficking. And then the hung jury, which means they couldn't get to a verdict. For the racketeering conspiracy RICO.
Which is, kind of crazy. Okay.
So he was guilty for transportation for prostitution, not guilty for sex trafficking.
Yeah, weird.
How the fuck does that make sense?
So I'm assuming sex trafficking is like his business. Transportation to prostitution is more like an Uber service. Look it up. What does it say? What is the difference between here? What is the difference between sex trafficking and transportation for prostitution?
I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, all right then.
That dumb bitch.
What's the point of Siri if she can't just answer all my fucking questions?
She heard the word sex and she's like, ooh.
She's such a prude, dude. She's such a prude. Like, how am I supposed to get any kind of information out of her? I need instant information. I'm the 21st century generation. Okay. You know
He's
what I mean?
30 years old now, guys.
Yeah, dude. I'm 30 years old. I can't waste my time click-clacking and looking for things.
The key difference between transportation for prostitution and sex trafficking lies in the element of force, fraud, or coercion. Transportation for prostitution often involves the Mann Act focuses on the act of moving someone for the purpose of engaging in commercial sex, regardless of consent.
Yeah, the Uber.
That's still sex trafficking!
Pretty much.
Sex trafficking, however, involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone into commercial sex acts. Am I losing my fucking mind here?
Read the first one again.
Transportation for prostitution, often involving the Mann Act, focuses on the act of moving someone for the purpose of engaging in commercial sex, regardless of consent.
And the second one.
Sex trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone into commercial sex acts.
Okay. It's the same thing, except one involves forceful kidnapping, and the other one has the opportunity for consent to be made.
Transportation for prostitution focuses on the act of movement for the purpose of prostitution, while sex trafficking focuses on the exploitation and coercion of individuals for sex.
Yes. So literally basically what I said. Transportation prostitution is basically just the Uber for the prostitute.
So basically, like Epstein's pilot could be charged for transportation for sex trafficking.
No, because I think the idea is that he was knowledgeable about the prostitution, etc. The pilot in the Epstein case, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't stick because he didn't necessarily know. He didn't transport what he thought were prostitutes. He just transported people.
This has me fucked up right now.
So what they're saying is
the regardless of consent thing is crazy though.
So how is
that not coercion?
So he was found guilty basically of willingly and knowingly transporting prostitutes to locations.
Regardless of consent.
Regardless of consent.
That's the key word that's fucking me up. How is that not sex trafficking?
Huh?
How is that not sex trafficking?
Because he's not receiving any money for the goods
He's forcing
provided.
them to go somewhere. For sex.
No, he's transporting them.
Forcing them.
He's transporting them. So what they're saying is that he was involved in the transportation of prostitutes, but not involved in the business of taking people away, kidnapping them, and then selling them as sexual objects.
The jury's stupid as fuck.
I agree.
I wasn't going to say that, but I fucking agree. That's so stupid. Anyways, that has me fucked up, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. And also, I might be completely wrong on that. So if I am wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'm sorry. Explain it in the comments. That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm just trying to understand how that's not considered sex trafficking.
Because he's not... The exchange of money is different.
Fuck that guy. So now what happens with this motherfucker? So he
was found not guilty of sex trafficking, and then there's a hung jury on the racketeering.
Guilty for the transportation. Gotcha. And then hung jury on the RICO charges. Oh my God, do you think they're going to make a Law and Order organized crime episode about this?
I think they already have.
Fucking Elliot Stabler, that motherfucker. So basically, he's in federal custody waiting for sentencing, which is going to happen on October 3rd, 2025. Mm-hmm. So he's going to get prison time for the prostitution convictions. And allegedly, the DOJ may retry the RICO charges or they may drop it. We don't know yet at this point.
Yeah, they might retry it just in case if it's like they think that it is worth it. I don't know. Transportation of prostitution should be a pretty big charge. It depends. We're going to find out what the judge says and what the judge deems as an appropriate punishment for him. What's the max sentence you can get on transportation for prostitution?
Let me look that up real quick.
I'm pretty sure it's the max sentence is 5 years, if I had to guess. It's probably less, to be completely honest with you. It's probably like 2 or 3 years. Maybe even less than that. But if it's 2 charges, you might sentence him for obviously double the time.
10 years.
It is 10 years?
Yeah.
I was right, dude.
So he could get 20 years in prison?
What did I say, 5 to 10? Yeah.
So during the trial, obviously there was a bunch of media.
Also, I got to say, 10 years is an intense sentence for something. I was just thinking about it. I mean, granted, yes, deserved for anybody who's doing that fucking crazy shit. But also, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, 10 years is a
At that
long
point, I just
fucking
killed
time.
myself.
Yeah.
Like,
You got your work cut out for you today, dude. Dude, you got your work cut out for you today.
sorry. But obviously, during this trial, there was a bunch of media there, and there's one girl. Her name is Stephanie Sue. She was like talking about it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Every day, she went to every single day. And one time, she was talking about how she was looking at the court drawers, or no, she was talking about how he looked, and she described him as a koala because she's graying. He's graying, and he had like eye bags and whatever. And then a few weeks after, Diddy made sure to look at her and go, "I know who you are," because he would like every single day he'd scan the jury and the media, which is why I think this is fucking bullshit. I know he like intimidated them or something.
Oh, 100%.
And then he told the court jar, he's like, "Can you not make me look like a koala?" And then after, she would have like random people come up to her asking what hotel she's staying at, or she was being followed after she'd leave.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
So some fucked shit was happening to Stephanie.
100%, dude.
Her and her team had to consistently switch hotels every single day.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, there's some fucked shit going on here. Scary.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
So
definitely some fucked shit going on.
That's why I'm like, is he like the new Epstein? Is he like our Epstein? Well,
what do you mean? Our Epstein's our Epstein.
He's dead.
Yeah, so you're saying he's the new Epstein? I don't think that's a good thing to say.
No, I'm just saying because it's just like.
Well, I don't know the extent of the case, to be completely honest with you. Epstein dealt in little girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was fucking horrendous. It doesn't seem like, from what I understand about the case so far, it doesn't seem like it was underage. It just seemed like it was still just slightly above legal age. And beyond.
You remember when Drewski was mentioned in the Diddy case?
Dude, so funny that he was mentioned. He took off his clothes and he jumped with his
slid on a girl. They said he slid on a girl and
with
fucking
his fat body. Dude, crazy.
Dude, I thought. No, I was about to make a bad joke. Not about Diddy. I was just saying, I thought that was a crazy fucking declaration. But then I read my lawsuit.
Yeah, there you go. True. People are getting wild with the declarations nowadays. These lawyers are getting a little too
Dude,
Second Amendment.
A lot of them went to like with the creative writing aspect of
First
things.
Amendment. A lot of people are. A lot of these lawyers are really exercising First Amendment rights here. It's kind of crazy.
But yeah, let us know in the comments. What the fuck is the Diddy charge? Like, were we right? Let us know.
Was I right?
Was Raff right?
What we? Was I?
Somebody commented, they're like, whenever you guys talk about politics, you need to do more research on what you're talking about.
No. Great.
The whole point of a podcast is we're talking through it.
Yeah, no.
And about it.
And I'll be completely honest. Sometimes I get the stuff, or you get the stuff the day before, the day of. Like, new things come up all the time. We do as much research as we possibly can, and then we talk through it. And also, dude, fuck you. How about that?
How about that?
How's that? I did some research recently, and I found out, fuck you. Great. I'm glad we did that.
Next topic. I'm
just kidding. I love you, viewer. Thank you for watching our chat. Thank you for watching. What is that?
Finger heart.
Oh, okay. Thank you for watching.
You should do it now that you love K-pop.
I don't love K-pop. That kind of shit. You know what I mean?
I'm not touching this next topic.
What do you mean? Yeah. So, during a rally in Des Moines, Iowa, our good old friend Donnie T.
Wait, before you go.
Go where? You just stopped me mid-thing. Go. What were you going to say?
That fucking city name.
Huh?
The city name in Iowa, I've been staring at it. I'm like, I don't know how
Des Moines?
This is like the baloney of cities.
It's Des Moines.
Why are there S's?
It's French. Des Moines.
Anyways, go ahead.
Cajun. Yeah.
Iowa.
So,
Isn't that only in Louisiana?
you do know the French had a huge impact. French and Spanish had a big thing here, right?
They're getting all
Of
Puerto
America,
Rican without pronouncing
It
the
was
S's.
Spaniards, French, English.
Go off. I hate that city name.
Des Moines. It's Des Moines, Iowa. Trump, our good old friend Donnie T. See, I'm redoing it now. Donnie T. Donnie T said some racist ass anti-Semitic shit. Actually, racist anti-Semitic shit. Not this whole Zionism. I mean, if you don't like Zionism, that means you don't like Jew shit. Like actual, real anti-Semitic shit. Which to me personally is not only disgusting, but so funny. Considering he's championing Israel and also on the same, he's also on the same rhetoric of if you are anti-Zionist, you're anti-Jew. Motherfucker said Shylock and fucking just, it's ridiculous, dude. What are you doing, buddy?
So during the little rally, he referred to certain bankers as blanks and bad people while discussing the tax and spending legislation of the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, dude. It's insane, dude. He literally stood up there and pretty much said that all bankers are Jews.
Here, I got the video for you.
Let's see it. Here we go.
No estate tax, no going to the banks and borrowing from in some cases, a fine banker, and in some cases, Shylocks, bad people.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
So
Yeah, dude. It's insane. It's insane, dude.
So the term comes from the Jewish moneylender character in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice and has been considered an anti-Semitic stereotype associated with greed and exploitation.
Yes.
So obviously, all the anti-Semitism orgs came out against Trump. Were like, "Yo, this guy's fucked up."
Which is so funny because those are the same anti-Semitism orgs that were defending Trump a few fucking months ago, weren't they?
And defended Elon for doing the Hitler salute.
Oh yeah, those same fucking ones. Oh, now it's anti-Semitic. He just said the fucking word. Now it's anti-Semitic.
It's kind of funny.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's also the same orgs that have come after me.
Huh? Yeah,
they're literally all the same orgs that came after me. Which
dude.
is, it's kind of wild, but
It's ridiculous. These anti-Semitism orgs, they need to be stopped. They're not doing good. They're just making it worse, to be honest.
So they were talking about how he is perpetuating anti-Semitic stereotypes, which I agree. He is.
He literally he basically said all Jews are bankers and all bankers are bad. Some bankers are good. Most bankers are bad. That's basically what he was saying.
He's insane, dude.
Also, what the fuck was he even talking about at the rally, dude?
Because he was talking about the big, beautiful bill. You know how they had like tax cuts and shit?
Yeah.
He was just talking about...
So he's just rambling because I don't remember anything in that big, beautiful bill, which we covered last episode. You guys can check it out. I don't remember anything in that fucking thing talking anything about bankers.
Taxes.
Yeah, but bankers aren't in charge of taxes.
He's dumb as hell, dude.
Yeah, I know, dude. Fucking
so
dude.
Obviously
guy.
he saw the backlash and the anti-Semitic allegations.
Yeah.
And he said, "I've never heard it that way. To me, that word is somebody that's a moneylender at high rates. I've never heard it that way. You view it differently than me. I've never heard of that."
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's crazy.
No accountability at all.
That's crazy. Now we're just going to get a bunch of like really racist white people coming out and start saying the N-word. Be like, oh, I thought it meant like, a hard worker or something. I didn't know it meant.
Dude,
I never heard that way.
Motherfuckers are out here bringing out like vintage slurs.
Yeah. They're bringing them back.
I've never heard that
really
in my entire life.
Stick. Now, dude, I swear to God, if somebody calls me that word at all from my life onward, I swear I'm going to go ape shit. I haven't heard that in forever.
I've never heard of that word before in my life.
I haven't heard that particular word in fucking forever. It's honestly insane. It's been years since I've heard that. Last time I heard that, I think I was in middle school or high school.
Never heard of it. But yeah, that's our anti-Semitic president, Donald Trump, who is a dumb piece of shit.
It's true. It's true. It's absolutely true.
Cool. So a lot of you may know about this. A lot of you may not know about this, but the Idaho University murders...
I don't know anything about this.
...have finally concluded. So basically, back in 2022, University of...
Potato killers.
No, dude, it was actually batshit crazy.
Uh-huh.
In 2022, 4 University of Idaho students were murdered. They all lived in a house together.
I guess it doesn't matter how. They got murdered. Okay, great.
So, Kaylee...
Is there a documentary on this?
Yes. You should watch it.
What's it called?
I'll find it. But it's
Is it on
insane.
Hulu?
I think it's on either Hulu or Netflix. Or Discovery. You're in.
Good, dude.
He has something.
I do love a good true crime documentary.
So
I'm a sucker for it.
The 4 people killed were Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan. They all were brutally stabbed to death.
Oh shit!
At their off-house campus in Moscow, Idaho. Which the reason why it was such a big case is because it was such a small town.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like shook by it.
Yeah, I mean, the small town story. You know what's crazy though?
It's like a trope in murders.
Literally. I feel like now, like not now, but like I feel like everybody's like, it's such a small town. Nobody would ever expect this to happen. Meanwhile, 10 other small towns are getting there's mass murderers there. You don't think like, oh, maybe this could happen in my small town? At what point do you think in my small town this could possibly happen? Because after I hear 3 other small towns get hit with some crazy shit, I think I'd be like, you know what? We live in a small town, but like, I don't really, it could happen here.
Right. Like, just because you live in a small town doesn't mean you're immune from fucking psychos.
Shit like that pisses me off. Also, what pisses me off is when people say long story short and then they continue on with the story. Sorry, I just kept thinking about that all day today.
That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm derailing because I'm sorry. it's in my brain now.
Raff did an advice stream and somebody sent the most trauma dumpy message.
Which also, by the way, fine. You can trauma dump on me a little bit if you want advice. Whatever. That's the thing. Whatever, I don't care. Obviously, that person was going through something and wanted some sort of advice, but like shorten it, dude. Because then why am I now feeling the trauma? Why am I getting beaten?
Literally, it could have been like 4 sentences.
And you know what? I ChatGPT'd it. Sorry, I had to use AI. It is a tool to shorten it, and it shortened it to 3 sentences, and I understood everything.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was crazy. I was like, "What is this?" And the only reason I bring it up is because after 5 sentences, after a paragraph, it said long story short, and then it was another 20 sentences, 20 to like 40 sentences.
It was definitely a 5-page paper, double-spaced MLA format.
100%. And I was just like, dude. I'm not going to air the dirty laundry. It's not my business.
And he had to read it in the Trump accent too. And
it got so annoying that I was obviously doing a character. Some of that stream really fucking pissed me off. I was like, did anybody not understand what I'm doing here? It was really good. I was like, what's going on here? Why are people not understanding that that Raff is not there?
They're stupid.
It's Trump. It's so fucking stupid, dude.
It was a good stream.
Makes me lose hope on anything I could possibly
reading comprehension.
True.
So back to the Idaho murder. So basically 4 university students, Kaylee, Madison, Xana, Ethan.
Small town, stabbed.
Yes. Brutally stabbed on November 13th, 2022.
Ugh.
The case was like cold case for 6 weeks until they arrested somebody named Brian Koberger, a criminology PhD student at a local university.
That's 2 on the nose. He didn't do it.
He went to Washington State University, so it was so close to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It was like bordering Idaho, Washington.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and felony burglary. So he was arrested in December 2022. So basically, the night before the murders, November 12th, Kaylee and Madison were at a club, and then they went to a food truck. And the reason why this is important is because the food truck streamed on Twitch. So their final moments were on Twitch.
Oh my God.
At the food truck, like waiting for their tacos.
Jesus.
Xana and Ethan went to a frat party, and all 4 victims got home around 2:00 in the morning. And also,
how did they find out they were on Twitch?
People were digging.
But how do you even dig something like that?
I don't even fucking know, but people dug.
How do you even find something? That's just people. Sometimes people are just like,
I know.
People are just too nosy.
I know. So they get home around 2:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when the murders happen.
Okay.
All 4 victims were stabbed in their beds.
Oh my God.
Kaylee and Madison were on the 2nd floor of the house, and they were sharing a room. Stabbed.
Jesus.
Xana and Ethan were on the 3rd floor, and they both were attacked in their sleep. One of them had like efforts of fighting back. They had
Okay.
like skin under their fingernails
Oh, good.
and like trying to fight back.
Good.
But he had a machete.
But the guy had skin under his fingernails, so DNA.
Exactly. And then the crazy thing, this is
Machete is insane.
this is when people get fucked up. There were 2 surviving roommates in the house.
Oh, interesting.
So 4 of them were brutally murdered, 2 survived, but they were on the 1st floor. So they woke up, called the police around noon, and everything got shut down. So for the longest time, people were accusing the 2 surviving roommates of being aware and like in on the murders.
Yeah.
Because one of the surviving roommates saw him leave the house. Like they came face to face with each other, and he just walked past her and left the house. Because she said she saw a 5'11" masked figure walk out at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And didn't say anything? Do they live in a student complex or something?
No, it was like a big house.
So you just saw a masked dude walk out and you didn't say anything or think anything of it? That's sus.
Yeah, so everyone accused them of like being in on it.
Uh-huh.
But so basically, it shook everybody. It was like huge on the internet. So he was arrested on December 30th, 2022 in Pennsylvania. He's from Pennsylvania originally. He was at home for Christmas. So the investigators linked him through DNA found on the knife sheath at the scene and cell phone data placing him at the house.
The roommate or the...
The Brian Koberger, the criminology PhD student.
What about the shit under the fingernails?
I don't think that did anything.
How, dude? What? If the dude scratched somebody, the assailant, how do you not have skin under the fingernails?
The crazy thing is, it's like, so apparently the people that found the bodies at the scene, like the criminology people, were so traumatized by it because they said they'd never seen anything like that. Like he like carved them.
Ew.
Like he like fucked them up.
Ew. Producer, you decide whether or not you want to keep that kind of stuff in.
Yeah. So
Maybe bleep it. I don't know.
So the evidence found DNA evidence on the knife sheath through genetic genealogy, cell phone data, surveillance footage. They have his car literally leaving the property.
Oh, okay.
And the surviving roommate heard noises and saw the masked figure. So they arrested him, obviously.
Melberger.
Koberger.
Kohlberger, whatever his name is.
Koberger, they arrested him in December, and then they ended up demolishing the house a year later.
Why?
They didn't want
They needed more
after they collected the evidence, they just demolished it.
Oh, just really destroyed it? That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So a couple days ago,
Yeah.
3 years later, he finally pled guilty to all charges.
He did plead guilty. So it was him.
So he wanted to avoid the death penalty. So now he has 4 consecutive life sentences.
Did it say why he do it at all or no?
So he meant to kill one girl, Xana, and he ended up killing the 3 others.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
what a psychopath.
So he has 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. So, do you want to see how he looks?
Yeah, let me see him.
Just guess how he looks.
White,
Yeah.
skinny, weird face. Did I nail it? Obviously white.
I
come
will
on.
say people were simping over him.
So he looks like a rat. It looks like Barry Keoghan.
Who's that again?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
I remember the Sabrina Carpenter's ugly ass ex.
All right, let's see this. Let me see. Oh, it looks like Michael Phelps almost. Kind of looks like Michael Phelps a little bit. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Jesus.
Isn't it insane?
Yeah, no, that's insane. That's crazy. But shout out to the court for getting him, I guess. I don't know.
What a freak.
Yeah, dude.
I was,
All right.
I was talking in my chat today because we were briefly talking about it because I was going through topics to talk about.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like serial killing really doesn't happen that often nowadays. It's more so mass killings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you figure in the 70s and 80s, like, I feel like if you
Because
were...
you could get away with it back then, for
Yeah.
the most part.
I feel like there was, like, a genuine fear and valid fear of being a victim of a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, now you don't really hear much about it. I was talking to them about how, like... I think I might have made this up in my head because I couldn't find shit about it, but I remember... There was like killings happening in Chicago, and everybody killed was like named Jonathan, and they were 5'11".
I don't know if that's true.
But then in my head, I tried googling earlier. I was like, what if I just like associated like John Doe with like Jonathan?
Maybe. Maybe you did.
I don't know. I couldn't find shit about it.
Why don't you just type in Chicago serial killers?
I did. It showed me fucking John Wayne Gacy,
Yeah.
the clown.
Well, you know, he murdered boys, right?
Yeah, but he didn't target Jonathan's.
Yeah, but like... Okay. Yeah, I think you maybe got confused with John Doe's.
I don't know, but I was like, dumb bitch moment. But yeah, but basically they're like cutting their heads off and like throwing them in the Chicago River.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It was crazy. And this was like last year.
Jesus Christ.
Allegedly. I don't know. Maybe I dreamt it. Because I
Why
couldn't
would
find
you dream that?
I really don't remember my
Dreamt
dreams.
it? Jesus fucking
I don't know.
Christ.
I don't know why.
the
I don't
hell?
even know why I'd
What
prophesize
kind
it
of
either.
fucking dreams do you have? That
I don't remember my dreams.
Jesus Christ.
I did realize something about myself today, though.
Well, that's good. Terrifying, but good. What did you learn?
I have anxiety dreams.
What does that mean? Like you punch in your sleep?
No, like if I'm going to bed anxious about something, it like manifests in my dreams.
Ew. Yeah, you need to start meditating.
What do you mean,
bed.
ew?
Just ew, dude. That's gross. Dreams should be for like, you know, floating and shit, not like dealing with.
No, it was like one of the
dreaming
things.
that you're like in a courtroom or some shit. Like what the fuck's going on?
Stop! I'm not even
brother?
thinking about the fucking lawsuit, bro. To be honest, listen.
Yeah. You can talk to me. I'm just straightening myself out. To be honest, what?
I woke up today. I had to journal. That's how fucked up it had
Oh,
me.
Jesus Christ.
But it helped me.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it helped you. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm happy that that guy got caught and is now in prison. And
4 consecutive life. Dude, I know it. Like obviously sentencing.
just
some-
kill me, dude.
He pled guilty to avoid the death penalty.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
as soon as
4
he-
consecutive death sentences, you still get life in prison.
Like, what's the point? No offense. What's the point of being alive if you're just gonna be in prison for the rest
That's
of your
what I'm
life?
fucking saying. Like, what life are you gonna fucking have?
Well, you get to read books.
So yeah, so what? You get to do nothing with your knowledge. Nobody gets to look at you the same. You don't even get parole. You get 4 consecutive life sentences.
I bet you some weird bitch is gonna try to marry him.
100%, and some bitch will marry him. And then they'll have conjugal visits and shit. But dude, I mean, come on.
They shouldn't be
like. We should not have the death penalty. I don't think. I think like taking an eye for an eye is a little
The
Neanderthal.
death penalty, I'm very conflicted on.
I'm very conflicted on the death penalty as well.
Because it's
part of me is like, yeah, obviously, fuck it, get rid of them.
Yeah.
But another part of me is like,
because so many people have like gotten killed because of it innocently, and it's like I don't know if I advocate for that.
I feel the same way. I agree. A lot of people, and knowing how our court system is, a lot of the time, they're not actually the people who did the thing.
And the methods of the death penalty are fucking crazy.
Injection or
Firing squad.
firing squad. Yeah, the firing squad thing is insane too, because then like all those people have to like shoot somebody. I feel like I would hate that more.
Like they put a fucking bag over your head and then you can't see shit and you're just standing there waiting to be shot.
Yeah, but like exactly.
Like what the fuck? Or like the lethal injection. Like there have been people that have had like adverse reactions to it and they're like
where they just get like
actively alive and suffering and you feel asphyxiation.
yeah.
Is electrocution still allowed?
I don't know. I don't know that much about the death penalty. I don't necessarily agree with it, and also part of me doesn't disagree with it.
Because in my head I'm like pedophiles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm also like,
Mental illness.
thank you. Because then I'm saying,
But
like,
it's just like, yeah.
because nobody chooses that.
I mean, like, get them away.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, dude, I don't know. Because a part of me is like, you killed somebody. Yeah, dude, you should go away forever, like die. You know what I mean? And then a part of me is like, you killed somebody, but like, what were the circumstances? Like, were you troubled youth? You know, were you?
Yeah.
Do you have mental issues? Like, what's the crime here? And then I don't know. I think it should be less on the government, the system, and more so on the victims' families.
It's crazy.
I think the victims' family should be like, no to the death penalty, or yes to the death penalty. But like, even then, I'm kind of like, but then you're putting them in a shitty position because then they like have with the guilt of actually killing somebody.
Yeah.
It's just so.
But then it's like,
weird.
obviously they weren't guilty whenever they fucking killed the 4 college students.
What?
They weren't feeling any sort of guilt.
Right, but everybody's different. So
Here's
like,
the thing. I don't like violence. I don't like death. I don't believe in an eye for an eye in that way.
I don't believe in it either. That's what I'm saying.
But
I don't agree with it.
I know.
But at the same time, if you're gonna go to life, if you have the option and you're gonna go to life,
it's
for like 4 life sentences.
4 life sentences, or do you want to kill yourself?
I'd just rather all right, well.
Because it's like, what are you gonna do? Your exist.
The hubris and the ego of humans is that like, no, we obviously don't want to die.
Shit, if I was in prison for the rest of my life, I fucking would.
Life in prison is not better than no life at all. If you're there for the rest of your life, excuse me.
I mean, the way we could think about it is at least you have a consistent community around you, and
yeah, but
you
that's
have
only if you get along with them.
You have access to the gym and food.
Yeah, but for why? Why would you?
I don't know.
Why would you even do anything? You know, but why would you do anything? Unless like you rise the ranks of prison and then. But then you're just with dudes all day. You know what I mean?
I'm kidding.
That's like
Gypsy Rose is off of parole now.
Congratulations, finally.
And the day she got off parole, somebody bought like one of those like advertiser trucks and was like, she's a murderer. Now she's a mother. And then she went to it and she's like, man, fuck off.
To the truck?
Can't bring me down. I'm on a highway now.
It's true.
Let me see if I can find it. Bro, get her off TikTok. Get this bitch off fucking TikTok. I'm a Gypsy Rose hater. Shut the fuck up. Gypsy Rose. But yeah, she posted a TikTok of her celebrating because she could finally go to the bars and all that because she's not on parole. Drunk Gypsy Rose, we don't need that shit.
She's gonna break up with her gay husband.
Her gay Arab husband. This guy, dude.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh.
Let me see this video. Don't forget to send it to the producer immediately once you get it.
Damn it, that stupid bitch deleted it.
Who? Gypsy?
Yeah, man, I'm sick of her. But this was a truck.
Dude, leave her alone, bro.
In my head, I'm like, they're like, oh, justice for Diddy. It's like, she was being abused.
Diddy was abusing the shit out of her daughter, dude. Justice for Diddy. Get out of here.
I just think that these middle-aged women are so jealous that she's getting attention on social media.
Well, these middle-aged women became moms and were like, oh, a child killed their mother? How could that possibly be? They don't want their children to get any ideas because they're shit moms. Because they know they're shit moms and they don't want their kids getting any fucking ideas. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, dude.
If I was on like TikTok comments and I saw my mom in the fucking responses, I'd be so angry.
Oh, yeah, I'd be fucking furious.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'd be furious. I'd be like, get off. I feel like I know your passwords. I would just delete your account. You know what I mean? I'll delete your account. Like, don't fuck with me. What are you doing? You don't get any more autonomy. You live under my rules.
Yeah, listen here, Mom.
That's not all that's been going on in the world today. Texas just had flooding, some very intense flooding from from just storms, rain. So, of course, Texas is the home of Alveus Sanctuary as well. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah.
We're talking about the floods in general, but we can talk about Alveus.
Talk about Alveus first, yeah. Alveus, home of a wonderful animal sanctuary ran by Maya Higa. Yeah. The last name I always forget.
Yeah.
Run by Maya Higa, who does great animal conservation work and really helps educate people on animals and really is an advocate for animals. Alveus Sanctuary was one of the victims of the floods, completely kind of ruining the roads of Alveus and having some damages as well to the sanctuary itself. They were fortunate enough to house the animals to safety, which was great. All the animals are safe there. And they, I believe, were able to raise a good amount of money to rebuild things that were broken. So shout out to Alveus. Sorry that is happening.
Over $100,000. But basically what happened is there's 15 inches of rain. Texas infrastructure is not built to deal with that kind of rain.
No.
And it happened. The rain happened in such a short amount of time. There were 78 confirmed deaths.
Oh my God.
28 including children.
Jesus
in
Christ.
Kerr County.
What a horrible fucking episode this is.
I know.
Jesus
and then,
Christ,
and then
what a depressing episode.
Another sad one was there was an all-girls church camp.
Ah,
Little girls.
don't tell me.
They can't find them.
Oh my God.
Residents are displaced. Over 1,000 people have been rescued. Many were clinging to trees or swept away by the floods. Trump declared it a major disaster. So
it's not a disaster, is what basically. I'm just kidding. So the liberals don't think it's a disaster at all.
No. So basically, FEMA was sent out, and I believe who the fuck did they send out military wise whenever there's like natural disasters?
National Guard?
The National Guard was also sent out to help with rescue efforts.
Good, get them out of LA.
Yeah, so really sad. Texas has been through a lot in terms of weather disasters the last couple of years. Remember the snow that happened that one year?
I do remember that. Forgot all about that.
It froze
actually.
the power grids. People were without power, freezing to death in their homes.
Yeah, Texas is going through some shit right now, huh?
But yeah,
that sucks, dude. Just having a natural disaster that you haven't had for forever or never, and just like not thinking like to be prepared for it, just because you've never had it. Why spend the government money on it? And then it happens, and you're like, oh my God.
Dude, one year in Dearborn, we had really bad flooding. And the city forgot to open the floodgates. And someone's tuk was in the basement sitting there because she couldn't move.
Yeah.
And the basement flooded and she died.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, horrifying, dude.
It's crazy.
Horrifying.
But yeah, thank God that Alveus raised the money back, and I hope all the victims of the flood
sort of
are good.
Or something to help them out.
Now that FEMA's there, they're going to be getting funding.
Yeah.
Thankfully. It's ridiculous.
FEMA will be helping them out. It sucks, dude. It does suck. Well, just knowing, just off of, based off experience, because I hate to compare, but like, we're still out here in LA, still rebuilding fucking the stuff for fires and not getting funding for that kind of stuff, and still fighting for funding on that stuff for those families that were displaced. Texas, I hope, get it immediately.
Yeah.
But knowing just the patterns, they probably won't. They might, because they're very red. It's a very red state. So they might just immediately get it. Which is so fucking shitty.
I know somebody who lost their house in the wildfires.
Yeah, me too.
And the insurance company was giving them shit because they didn't want to get a hotel that covered pet expenses.
Yeah.
And then they tried getting like pet boarding, and they wouldn't cover the pet boarding.
Yeah, dude. Insurance is a scam, 100%.
So they're like picking and choosing. They're making their lives harder, basically.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like months out. We're in what? We're in July now, and the fires happened 6 months ago at this point, and people are still living in hotels, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude.
What a shitty week of news.
Yeah, honest to God, like just a god-awful week of news. I mean, the Diddy thing is absolutely crazy. Like, he definitely did it, you know? He definitely should be, like, charged for everything. And also, those counts of charges, I feel like, were only some of the things I feel like I heard that he maybe did on the news.
I just don't understand how they're going to vote not guilty when there's literal proof.
20 witnesses saying it?
20 witnesses, there's videos.
It just doesn't make any. You know what's gonna happen is the documentary of it's gonna come out, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, they just pulled some bullshit and got away with it.
Would you ever go into like criminal stuff for like work? Not like as a criminal, but like investigative stuff.
I've thought about it. Yeah, I would have done it or would do it, but it's just something about. The thing is, if I do it, I want to be like in the nitty gritty of it somehow, but I also don't want to see anything.
Did I ever tell you? I think I probably told you this.
Yeah.
So viewers at home, before I got my master's in public health, I was deciding between a master's in criminal psychology and public health. And I obviously ended up choosing public health because I wanted to be in the FBI and I wanted to do like murder investigation. Mm-hmm. And my counselor was like, only 1% of people get into the FBI. And it's not like they make it on TV. And I'm like, okay, slay. You have a point there. Plus, it was like a.
But why would you want to be on TV anyways?
Not like I didn't want to be on TV. Like she said that like they romanticize it on TV. It's not like how it is on TV.
Okay,
Which
but
makes sense.
Is your counselor an FBI agent?
At this point, who fucking knows?
So how the fuck do they know?
At this point, who fucking knows?
You should have been like, let me talk to an FBI agent. Let me see how it is. Let me talk to a field agent.
Let me call one up real quick.
Yeah, like ridiculous.
No, but in my head, I was like,
counselors discouraging anybody from doing anything is so bullshit.
One of my counselors, not her, she told me I'm never going to do anything in life.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I was like, damn, do you want me to kill myself in this university? Because I fucking will.
Yeah, great.
But
you're lucky this university has free counselors here, free counseling, free therapy here, because I swear to God.
No, literally. I did decide, though, because I was like, it's an interest of mine, not a passion.
Sure, fair.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I couldn't imagine seeing like dead bodies and shit. I wanted to like analyze the patterns and like shit like that.
Yeah.
Nerd.
But also ACAB, so.
Yeah.
You know,
Ugh, you imagine us as cops.
I had firefighters nearby, and I was like, man, I think it'd be cool to be a firefighter.
It's easy to come on.
Not easy.
Not like in terms of the reason.
It's easy to apply, but you still have the training is months and months and months and months of school.
I had to do research for my brother because he wanted to become a firefighter at one point. Mm-hmm. You have to do like EMS training, and then you have to be an EMS.
That's the thing too. You do have to be EMS for
like 2 years, I believe.
Which is.
And the program's 2 years.
Yeah, but you're EMS for 2 years, and then you also have boot camp with firefighter boot camp. During EMS training and also EMS working.
I think you'd be a good firefighter, but I'd hate if they were a firefighter in LA, only because I would not ever want you deployed to wildfires.
Yeah, but deploying for wildfires for firefighters, it's dangerous, but I feel like, they have a good tactic to handle it.
Yeah, I know.
They're never like dropped in the middle of it and then are like, now figure out what you got to do.
No,
like,
I know. It's just
go
scary.
in from the outside, figure out what to do. The thing is, I don't handle sick / dying people very well.
Yeah.
Or like very traumatic.
You'd have
trauma.
to be like car accidents.
Yeah, car accident. I'd have to see the shit I would see.
Yeah.
I couldn't do EMS. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And then you have to, unfortunately.
And you literally have to. And if you're a firefighter, you're literally on scene if there's a car crash or anything like that as well. I just don't think I could do it. I stomach it at least.
It's scary. Yeah, I was like looking it up for my brother, and I was like, "Damn, this shit's like intense as fuck." Like I expected it to be, but it's like so many years of training in the EMS.
Yeah, I have nothing but respect for firefighters in EMS. I really like. It's very intense.
I like their mustaches.
And dude, every firefighter had a mustache today. When I saw them, I was like, dude, that'd be sick. It'd be sick to have a fucking.
I mean, you could do it.
Mustache like that.
You could fucking do it.
I don't know. It's a very specific.
Like a Maddie's talking mustache?
Yeah, literally. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you get that mustache?
They definitely put like pomade and fluff that shit up.
Oh, 100% they do. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not pomade because that's not fire retardant, so.
I'm kidding.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That reaction is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, this is really depressing.
We
dude.
could
Is
end
there
on a good
anything-
note.
Yeah, what's good?
We went to One Piece Dodger Stadium night.
Yeah, dude. We went to the Dodgers game. We went to go see the One Piece night at the Dodgers. It was Frogan's first baseball game ever.
Yeah.
So, thoughts?
I had fun. This is gonna sound stupid. I told you this at the stadium. I feel like I'd want to go to a game where more people were passionate about the game instead of like anime.
I agree, but also the people we were sitting next to seemed to be passionate about both.
Yeah,
Which was sick.
I thought that was adorable.
Yeah,
like,
it was nice.
It was like two dads and their sons. The sons are older.
Were they sons?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Ah. How'd you know they were sons?
I heard them talking.
Oh, bet. I thought they were like friends or brothers or something. No, they were sons? Mm-hmm. That's legit, dude.
Yeah, so it was
That's
two
sick.
dads and then two sons.
Yeah.
They didn't know each other, but they became friends.
They didn't know each other, but they became friends, dude. Because one of the dads could drink, dude. I talked to him for a little bit. He was like, that guy could fucking throw it back. They were great, dude. One son was like, yeah, both of the sons also like got their dads into the anime as well, which I thought was super cool.
So cute.
I was like, dude, this is fucking so sick.
One of the dads was talking about how he was like catching up, and it was
Yeah.
it was
We were
so
talking
cute.
about the episodes and stuff.
And
I mean, he was drunk, so the conversation we didn't have that much of. Thank God I was wearing my sunglasses because I was smiling and nodding at him, but sometimes I was just like looking away at something else.
But yeah, I
But
mean,
dude.
the people around, like whenever they got a home run, they like high-fived us. They were so
Yeah.
fucking happy. But I'd want to go where like more passion it was. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's tough because not a lot of people do baseball games as much anymore, I think. Dodger Stadium seemed like a lot of people actually, frequently go, which is great.
Yeah. One thing that fucked me up, the infield was so small.
Oh yeah, she thought it was like huge.
I thought they had run
No,
along.
it's small, dude.
I was just like staring at it. I'm like, this is such fucking bullshit.
Why?
I want them to run.
Huh?
I want them to run
They did run.
longer.
Yeah, baseball's not really like a very. It's intense. But not
How do they
really.
have such fat asses?
All they do is run. All they do is run. That's all they do.
And then everyone was obsessed with number 17. I forgot his name. The Japanese
Shohei
one.
Ohtani?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know.
Pitcher, hitter.
Everyone
He
was
didn't pitch
obsessed
that
with him.
game, which is very interesting.
I don't know what the
think
fuck he did.
I think he was injured, so they didn't pitch him. That's why they put him first to bat as well.
I feel bad for the dads next to us though, because I was at a bar the day after the Dodgers lost so bad, so I know they
Yeah.
probably were crying.
Yeah, they were upset.
Being a sports fan is probably so good, especially if you love your local team, because it's like they have games every fucking day. I was looking at like
Yeah.
I was looking at the list because my neighbors want to go before they move.
Oh, they've never been to a Dodgers game? Yeah, it's worth it.
So
Wait, you gotta try to get a good team to come through here, though.
yeah,
It's got to be a good team.
but they have a game every single day until the 23rd.
Yeah. Are they all home games? Every day a home game until
Yeah.
the 23rd? Jesus Christ.
But
That's a lot of games.
I know. But I was like, if I would like baseball, I'd be like, shit, man. It'd like be seeing your favorite band like every fucking day.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so you get sports now.
I get it.
Yeah, you get sports, dude. And that's the good news of this week.
Yeah.
We did have a good time. The way we ate was kind of, ugh. I only had one beer, which was kind of annoying, but it was like, all right.
Why?
I just thought I would drink more, but I really just didn't want to.
This is 30, guys.
I just don't really care that much about drinking.
I mean, you've been saying this for years at this point.
I know. I just don't really care that much. It's not worth the hangover usually.
We had our Dodger dogs.
We did have our Dodger dogs.
We had chicken tenders and fries.
We got our fucking cards, dude.
I have my
We got
card
our
right
One
over there.
Piece- Yeah, we got our One Piece cards. We got our One Piece hats. It was sick.
Scooter's trying to scam me out of my One Piece card. I have beef with that motherfucker. Because he's trying to finesse me, and I'm not stupid.
Finesse you how?
He's playing games, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
No, he's playing games.
And I have my Luffy card.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because if I really wanted to be an evil bitch, I could sell that shit for $500.
Yeah, it's true.
but I'm nice.
You could. Did you see what the prices were on those yet?
Yeah, I looked them up today.
What
All
were they?
$500.
The 500?
Yeah.
Insane.
And the hats are $100.
Yeah. Them selling hats for $100 is kind of crazy.
Chungus wants my hat so bad.
Sell it to him for $90.
He's like, what? I'm a VIP. You're gonna make me buy it for $90?
Sell them for $50 then. You got it for free. So
I need good karma in this world.
I believe me, I got it. I got it after that day. It's crazy knowing that they're selling the hats for $100. You know what I mean? If I knew that was going to be the case, maybe I wouldn't have done this. We ended up getting an extra hat.
That's why I shook. Cause she's like, so we got an extra hat, and this lady with a baby was like, "Are you guys selling it?" And Raph's like, "Here you go." I literally stood there in my tracks, like, do I say yes?
We had an extra hat, dude, because it was a mom and her fucking child, and they definitely didn't have a hat.
Yeah.
And I was like,
dude, I
don't give a fuck. Take this extra hat. Go ahead.
By the way, guys, they came so late to the fucking game.
Who?
The mom and baby. If they didn't get a hat and card,
they were there before the game started. Yeah.
They were there probably at 8 p.m.
7, probably right at 7:10, because the hats kind of went away after the first pitch.
Yeah.
So they came. Whatever. You take the hat.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not pissed about it. Maddie said he saw one on the freeway.
Yeah, that was funny. He should have grabbed it. It's $100 for him, dude. Dude, I just like, yeah. The scalping there was fucking insane for the cards.
It kind of pissed me off. Because if you were going to be a scalper, at least do it kind of nonchalantly.
I would have done it
classily.
We were trying nonchalantly as well. We were trying to, dude. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. We were in the elevator. Our goal was to find people who were like dads or like people who were like older who just come to the games regularly and didn't really understand what this card thing was. We were just gonna be like, hey, do you want the card or do you not want it?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't know. But like, we'll pay you the $20 for it or something like that.
Yeah.
That was our plan. Turns out that it was everybody's plan.
People were scalping that shit into oblivion.
Like, it was crazy. Scalpers were going around being like, I'll give you $100 for the card. I'll give you 100. I'll give you 100. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I saw somebody on Twitter, they're like, this guy's paying $100 per card, yet he owes me $5,000 and he can't even give me that, and he's buying One Piece cards. It had me crying.
That's so funny.
But yeah,
that's so
you know
funny.
what? It's just,
but dude, to the point where like we were in the elevator and there were like old people in there, and one was on an oxygen tank, and in my head I'm like thinking, they're 80.
Yeah. So the funny thing is,
they're not gonna want their card.
What triggered it is the lady was like, "Oh, I knew they were going to be giving away hats today. I didn't expect them to be so nice."
Yeah.
And I looked at Raff.
I was like, dude, then we're good.
Yeah.
Let me ask them. I wasn't an asshole about it. We were leaving the elevator. I was just like, by any chance, did you guys get a card and do you guys want it? And they're like, yes, we did and we do. And I'm like, okay.
It's like they're
like, why, you dumb bitch? You old fuck? Why? Give me the fucking card. Are you fucking stupid?
And you know what? Actually, you don't need to go to level 7. You're on the right level. We should have confused them.
We should have confused them so bad. Dude, I should have been mean. But dude, I would just go up to people. But the thing is like people. The issue is, we had a friend with us, and he went on like a villain arc where he like would see scalpers talking, and then he would go up to them. Go up to the people talking, and the people who like were maybe talking to the scalper, like curious as to like why they would give them money. He would go up to one. He went up to one, and he overheard the lady saying, "Oh, what's like the deal with all these people buying cards?" And then he goes up and he's like, "Yeah, these cards are going to be worth like $500, $600, and they're only going to increase in value over time." And then she's like, "Oh," and then the scalper came over and tried to like get it for like $20 to $100, and she's like, "Well, he said it was like $600, worth $600." So
honestly, shout out to those old people. The way you had to snipe them is right at the door.
Which also like, I don't want to do that.
I didn't want to do that either because it was just like.
Imagine getting bombarded by people like as soon as you enter to enjoy a game yourself.
Also, it's just like I was sticky about it. Like somebody told me like if I got them a card, they give me $100 for each card, and in my head I'm just like, I can make a profit myself.
Yeah.
Do I want to do that? No, I don't give a fuck to.
No, it's ridiculous because you gotta like. The way to do it is you'd have to like grade the card.
Yeah.
And then sell it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you get a 9 or a 10 on that card graded. And then you sell it. You can upsell it for the highest price if you want because it's the highest graded card. But people got it immediately and started selling it.
Yeah.
To get rid of it to make a quick profit. Because it's free. They paid like what, $100, $200 for a ticket and then
yeah. I'm just glad you got
if
it.
they got it earlier.
I'm just glad you got your card.
I got my card. I got one for my cousin, and we're all Gucci. Mm-hmm. We're all Gucci.
Yeah. Patrons.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon.
Look at that.
All up these here. Names right all here. Of them. It could be you.
It could be you. Could be you. Our patrons, they're coming in hot, dude. Our patrons are watching our videos. They're telling us that audio isn't on a video. They're fucking the best patrons in the entire world, and you can be one too. You can be a baby if you want.
I love like the Trump euphemisms.
What do you mean?
I've been like seeing like a little bit of Trump in you.
Don't fucking say that ever again. What are you talking about? Like what? Like what? Don't disrespect me, dude. I'm on my last level. Do not disrespect me, okay? I'm at my limit right now with you. Don't disrespect me.
Why? What did I do?
I don't know. Disrespect me. Just now you disrespected me. You better
All
wash those feet, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. And if you want a Charlie horse, you can get one too. Just head over to our Patreon and subscribe. We need you more than ever, okay?
Yes.
Content is coming back to the Patreon. I promise.
I know we've been saying this every single week. The last 3 weeks.
If you get to this part of the video and you've heard us say this multiple times, it's coming back. I promise you. We're having a hard time right now.
Yeah, some of us are
having a hard life right now.
Some of us are being sued right now.
Some of us are literally in the middle of like a nonstop work session. Okay, so like, what is that, dude? Why are you choking me? I'm in a nonstop work cycle right now, okay? And so I gotta keep working, unfortunately. Sorry, dude. Daddy's got to pay the bills.
He's working late.
Daddy's got.
Why are you flinching?
Debt.
I'm not gonna.
Because you're in my frame. Have respect for the frame, dude.
He's working late.
You're in my frame. Have respect for the frame. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you on the Patreon.
Late.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Because he's a streamer.
See you later.